In this video, we're going to talk about dental formulas. So when we're talking about the number of teeth that mammals have, we talk about the number of incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. And the number changes a lot depending on what species you're looking at. So this dental formula is super useful in identification. If we think about us humans, how many teeth do we have? So if you're sitting at home and don't need to wear a mask, you can feel along in your mouth. Otherwise, you can feel along with your tongue or just wait for me to give you the answer. But if we think about it, we have 2 upper incisors. Now I say 2 because you have 4 total. But since the left and the right are mirror images, we don't need to say the whole number. We can just say 2. And then we have 2 lower incisors. Again, 4 total, but we're thinking about half of it. Canines, you have 1 on the left, 1 on the right, 1 upper and lower, so 1 over 1. Premolars, we have 2 upper premolars, 2 lower premolars. Molars, this is tricky because if you count wisdom teeth, which we do because evolutionarily we have those, then it's 3 over 3. Most people probably have now 2 over 2. When we finish this formula, we have an equal sign, and then we write the total number of teeth, 32. Now when I say total, I mean the left and the right side, top and bottom, all of that. So these numbers, we just use half of the face because it doesn't really matter, it's mirrored. This is the total for everything. Another way to write this that you may see is just all the numbers in one line, over 2, 1, 2, 3 equals 32. Same thing. The order is always incisor, canine, premolar, molar. If you have a species where you can identify the premolar versus molars, then great, you do that. Let's think about what the difference is between a premolar and a molar. Now if you think about our teeth, they have different cusp patterns, they're a bit different sizes, but that's not the real answer. The real difference between a premolar and a molar is that the premolars are present as milk teeth. If you think about your baby teeth, you have premolars. True molars don't come in until your second adult set of teeth. This is true for humans and other mammals. So what do you do if you have a species like deer, where all of the premolars and molars look the same? Those we call cheek teeth, and we won't expect you to know off the top of your head which ones are premolars and molars. We'll just ask you to know how many cheek teeth there are. Now if you studied, baby pronghorn or something, or baby deer, you could tell which ones were premolars, which ones are molars. We don't need to do that. But if you look up in a book in your key, every mammal that we're talking about in this class has its dental formula listed here. And I'm going to use pronghorn as an example because they don't always look like this. The numbers on top and bottom do not need to be the same. And you can have missing teeth. So here, according to this incisor, we have 0 over 3. There are no upper incisors for pronghorn, or deer for that matter. Canines, 0 over 1. It might be a very small tooth, it still counts. Premolars, 3 over 3. Molars, 3 over 3, total 32. So you can have missing teeth that are just not present at all. Another thing that can happen is you can have little teeny tiny teeth that still count but may have fallen out. This is especially true in bears. Bears, it gets tricky because they fall out and then the space gets filled in. But if they have the teeth at all, it counts in the number, like how our wisdom teeth still count.